An Albuquerque nonprofit promises to give the city's homeless and mentally ill a nurturing, supportive community, a chance for them to get back on their feet. But residents at one of New Life's apartment buildings tell a very different story. Matt Grubbs has tonight's special assignment.
I'm tired of it. I don't live like this, and I don't want nobody to live like this.
Terry Quinn has had it. The last straw, he says,
Boom. See this?
Was 3 weeks ago.
The bugs. All over the walls. Everywhere. On my bed. I couldn't stop it.
There's clear evidence of bugs in the one-bedroom apartment at Broadway and Cole that Quinn shares with his longtime girlfriend.
That was everywhere. And this is our bedroom.
Fearing bed bugs, Quinn dragged his stuff outside.
This is the stuff.
After he sprayed the apartment with insecticide, he and his girlfriend, who was on oxygen, got sick.
Puking my guts out in the courtyard, gasping for fresh air.
Quinn stopped paying rent. His landlord is evicting him.
That Terry Quinn is sick of how he lives is no surprise, but where he lives? It's an apartment complex run by New Life Homes. The nonprofit has been a low-income housing darling, taking in the mentally ill and chronically homeless, referred to them by shelters and other nonprofits. Government agencies from the feds to the state to Bernalillo County to Albuquerque have been eager to help out.
But despite successes at old Route 66 hotels like the Sundowner and the Luna Lodge, despite tens of millions of dollars in public money that's helped New Life Homes along its way, despite promises of safe, affordable, quality housing with support services, something has gone wrong at the Broadway apartments. Remember Terry Quinn's plea.
I don't live like this, and I don't want nobody to live like this.
Quinn sent us to his neighbors, who showed us loose cabinets and countertops.
I'm supposed to have hand ratings.
Bathrooms without safety measures for the disabled, and with hazards. In the worst apartment, the one where you can see through the foundation, lives a mentally ill man alone. For who knows how long, he's been urinating on the walls to the point that they have rotted away. He's been using a bucket to defecate and living in his own filth.
The Broadway apartments get inspected each year by the feds and the state. And last November, both gave the complex a passing grade. But inspectors did not look at every apartment, meaning they did not see what we saw.
There's no bolts holding the toilet down to the flange.
Terry Quinn says New Life's repairs are slapdash.
Who's lying? Am I? Or is John?
John is John Bloomfield, the executive director of New Life Homes. As the charity has pulled in millions to build housing for the most vulnerable, it's paid Bloomfield more than $700,000 over the last 3 tax years, according to IRS records. Deferred compensation, Bloomfield says, for the decade plus that he made less than $50,000 a year. We've spoken to him before, but he would not go on camera for this story. On the phone, Bloomfield called the conditions in the filthy apartment, quote, appalling and unacceptable. Despite New Life's promises of, quote, direct contact with community members who have the greatest needs, Bloomfield says the man living there fell through the cracks. Bloomfield says the man living without handrails or a secured cabinet knew the apartment wasn't ADA compliant, but still, Bloomfield says the former Tent City resident shouldn't have to live that way. New Life is evicting that resident for falling behind on his rent, just like Terry Quinn, whom Bloomfield called a, quote, disruptive influence. City inspectors did find bedbugs next door to Terry Quinn, but not in his place. Still, they ordered New Life to treat the apartment. Bloomfield says he fired the on-site manager, though that man will still be allowed to live there, unlike Terry Quinn. Quinn says he'll go.
I'm not a pig. I don't live in a pig pen. Never have.
But not quietly.
The problem we're having is they're putting these people in here, slamming the door, but they want their rent money.
Matt Grubbs, KRQE News 13.
New Life says the resident from the worst unit that you saw staying in a motel while his apartment is cleaned and repaired.